How you doing, brother? David the Monster Benavidez sitting down with us alongside Brandy Flores. I'm Q Myers. Brandy, go ahead.
David, this is a huge fight for you. This is your first time headlining Cinco de Mayo weekend. Just with your background being Mexican, kind of making this weekend huge again in Vegas. What does this mean to you?
I just feel really good, man. I'm sorry, man.
It's all right.
I just feel really good. I'm very blessed right now, and I'm just very excited. You know, we've been working extremely hard for this camp. We have 5 months training since January. But this is a fight in the making for like the past 10 years, I would say. The first time I worked with Zurdo was like about 10 years ago. So we knew we were going to get this fight eventually. And just the way the cards were dealt, it happened in the perfect moment. You know what I mean? He's a cruiserweight champion.
Yeah.
I'm light heavyweight champion, going up to catch 2 more titles. And it's on Cinco de Mayo. You know what I mean? We're already making history because this is the first time 2 Mexicans fight at the cruiserweight division on Cinco de Mayo. You know what I mean? So I'm just very excited, very blessed to be here, and I'm going to give it all to my fans, and, you know, you guys are going to get your money's worth.
Absolutely, and you mentioned unification in the cruiserweight division. Zurdo is someone who you had to come up and jump up for. So when in training for this camp, was there anything different in how you approach it, knowing that you are jumping up weight for this?
So the good thing about me is, like, I walk around, like, at 205 already, so there was no weight cut. You know what I mean? Usually I'm cutting, like, 13 pounds last week. Something like that, and right now I just been really like stress-free. There's been no weight cut, you know what I mean? I'm able to maintain my muscle. I don't have to strip it down to make the weight, so that's really the big difference. So even back then, you guys see me when I do weight cuts, I'm still a monster. So imagine a monster don't got to cut weight, you know what I mean? I think that's going to make the most difference. So I'm honestly excited just to see the highlights after the fight, because I know I'm going to go in there and put in some work.
And they don't call you the monster for no reason. Exactly. I was telling our listeners beforehand, you don't go in to try to outbox, you go in to demolish your opponent. What is that switch like? Is it immediate when you enter the ring? Is it before the fight as you're getting ready? What is that?
Yeah, it's definitely, this switch started a long, long time ago. I've had a lot of people doubt me since I was a little kid, since I was 13 years old. I fought for my respect when I was a little kid. So it's, in a sense, it's never changed. You know what I mean? I never looked at boxing as a sport. I looked at it like a savage, like, you know, gladiator type stuff. And that's how I've always won my respect, like that, you know, beating the shit. Not literally, but
right.
symbolically.
It's just a way of life for you. It's just
I mean, the way I see it, it's either kill or be killed.
Right.
Because if I don't go and knock them out, they're going to try and knock me out. You know what I mean? So this is not a game to me. You know what I mean? This is a savage sport, and I know what I'm here for.
David, the sport of boxing is, you guys are trying to climb it on up, right? You have always been such a big part in making sure, even just today, sitting down with every single radio station to promote yourself, to promote the sport. How important is it for fighters on an individual basis, not just through their promotion teams, to do that?
So what fighters need to realize is that you're your own company. You know what I mean? And also, you have to have respect for, like, the radio stations, the reporters, because you guys are the ones getting our story out there. I never minded to do all this work. I mean, it is a lot of work, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's part of the job. You know what I mean? If you want your company to be as big as possible, so you have to go and do the legwork. You know what I mean? So, you know, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys getting our story out. And every time I do interviews like this, you know, I try to say stuff that'll motivate people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think with my words, everybody knows that, you know, everything is coming from the heart. So anybody that listening to me that needs some words of motivation, you know, I've been that fat kid. I've been that person that nobody believes in. I've been that person that's been counted out repeatedly. Everybody never gives me a chance. But I know that if I give myself to the work completely. At the end of the day, when I step in the ring, nobody can beat me.
Last question I'll ask you. You were very apparent in supporting Ryan Garcia when he last fought here at T-Mobile. What kind of transition have you seen from him? Because he absolutely dominated against Mario Barrios. For you to be able to support him, how have you seen this shift? Because it looked like the Ryan Garcia who we saw knock down Devin Haney a few times.
Yeah. I don't want to go in there and take credit for none of that. You know what I mean? I think when 2 great fighters get together, you know, you guys like start to brainstorm, and, you know, you guys start to work at the highest level. We went in there, I trained with him. I gave him some tips. He gave me some tips, and everything organically, you know what I mean? But once you get good information, that stays in your head, especially in the fights. You know what I mean? Because you're trying to do the best. So, man, shout out to him and his team. They all did really good, and hopefully I want to fight. I want next year, hopefully we could get me and Ryan Garcia to fight on the same card, and I think that would be great. So big shout out to Ryan Garcia.
Oh yeah, the fans would love that. David Benavidez, again, thank you for
so
joining
much,
us.
my man.
Good luck.
Appreciate you.
Good luck this weekend. Thank you. That was David Benavidez taking on Zurdo